Inmates found. Two men who escaped from the Vance County Jail last week are back in custody, where authorities tracked them down more than 200 miles away.
I'm tracking just a few sprinkles this morning and a chance for more later on today. I'll show you if it will affect your watch party for the Hurricanes tonight.
Ready for Game 4. The Canes are on the road again, but fans will still pack Lenovo Center. We are inside the arena ahead of tonight's watch party. Oh, so much excitement building ahead of Game 4. Yes, the Canes may have lost Game 3, but they fought for it, and they're going to fight tonight. I just know it. Thanks for joining us here this Tuesday morning on WRAL News. I'm Chris Lovingood.
And I'm Renee Chu. If the past 3 games are any indication, it's going to be another nail-biter, another late night. But this is Cup Final hockey. Very exciting. To be here, Elizabeth Gardner is keeping track of the game day forecast, although it is in Vegas. We know it's going to be hot there, and it's going to be less hot here.
That's right. But a lot of people, will be out and about at watch parties and tailgating and all of that. And the weather is going to be just fine, much better than what we'll see on Thursday. We'll walk through that coming up. Of course, a sprinkle or two. We're seeing just a little bit of that there in the southern part of Person County, but I mean a little bit. We have a 20% chance over the next couple of hours. And then later this evening, our southwestern counties could also see just a quick shower. We'll take a look at that on Futurecast. We check out our Garner Tower looking across Wake County. Lots of cloud cover. We're seeing that pretty much everywhere. Our dew point has settled back into the 50s, so it feels really good out there this morning, especially with that comfortable temperature in the mid-60s. We're even in the 50s in South Hill and Rocky Mount, upper 60s for Southern Pines and Fayetteville. Hour by hour, we do climb into the upper 80s for this afternoon. We stay fairly dry with cloud cover, and that keeps it comfortable for the final, for the game. If you're going to be tailgating out ahead of the game, again, upper 80s at around 5 o'clock and then dropping into the mid 80s. Showers and thunderstorms in our forecast later in the week, including Thursday for Game 5. We'll talk more about it coming up. Ken?
All right, Elizabeth, happening now in the WRAL Traffic Center. We're going to start with this live look at I-40, Jones-Sausage Road. The traffic coming toward us, heading into Raleigh this morning from the Garner-Johnston County area. No delays whatsoever. You can see from our sensors between Highway 36 and the Beltline. We're also not seeing any delays in that southern loop of the Beltline. That's I-440, 440 interchange in Southeast Raleigh over to Cary this morning. And if you're navigating I-40 westbound through Wade Avenue, delay-free at this hour. You're getting ready to head into the car. Tune this in on the radio, 101.5 HD3.
All right, Ken, let's get to that breaking news we've been following. The 2 escaped inmates from Vance County have been found. The SBI shared this photo overnight of Michael Miles and LaShawn Knott. They were arrested in Asheville while you were sleeping. Let's bring in Kelsey Coffey. She is live outside the SBI headquarters in Raleigh this morning. Kelsey, the days-long search, it is now over.
Yes, Chris, those 2 escaped inmates are back in custody this morning. The special response team here at the State Bureau of Investigation worked around the clock to locate these men. Check out this newly released photo of Michael Miles and LaShawn Knott. You see them there in handcuffs. The special response team arrested them just after midnight at a home in Asheville, more than 200 miles away from where they escaped. The 2 had been on the run since they broke out of the Vance County Jail last week. Officials say tracking down these men was a joint investigation between the Vance County Sheriff's Office, the SBI, and the FBI. Both men were in jail on drug trafficking and gun charges. Officials are still investigating what happened before, during, and after their escape. Right now, we're working to find out when they'll have their first court appearance. Kelsey Coffey, WRAL News, live in Raleigh.
All right, so Game 4, it's tonight for the Canes in Vegas and what's already been a historic Stanley Cup final.
The first 3 games saw 25 total goals, the highest scoring start to a final series in 45 years. We'll see how much Game 4 will add to that. I'm already planning. How am I going to stay up to watch this game? WRAL's Adley Calabar is live at Lenovo Center, where Caniacs will be coming together to stay up late and cheer on the Canes.
Oh, yeah, they'll be staying up late, possibly a nail-biting game. We're expecting nearly 20,000 people to just pack the stands here. Even though the Canes aren't here, they're about 2,000 miles away. Fans are going to be cheering them on, hoping the Canes feel their support all the way in Vegas. Lenovo Center is sold out for the watch party inside tonight, and they are making sure Caniacs still get that game day experience. There's lights, displays, and rally towels. We're also expecting to see some tailgating out in the parking lots, of course. Some lots opened 3 hours before the game starts. Fans want their chants and cheers to be heard all the way in Vegas because if the Canes win tonight, they will tie up the series before coming home to play at Lenovo Center for Game 5 Thursday. There are going to be watch parties outside Lenovo Center as well as the Red Hat Amphitheater in downtown Raleigh for Game 5 Thursday. As for tonight, the puck drops at 8 o'clock. Reporting live at Lenovo Center, Allie Kadlabar, WRAL News.
And coming up in 10 minutes, WRAL's Pat Welcher and Chris Lee will break down what the Canes need to do to leave Las Vegas with a win tonight.
Well, we are following two breaking stories from Fayetteville from overnight. Let's start with this one. A crash involving an unmarked Cumberland County Sheriff's Detective car. This happened at the intersection of Rock Spring and Montclair Roads. Authorities say that the crash happened after a pickup truck ran a stop sign. The truck hit the car and that caused it to overturn into another deputy's vehicle there. But we are working to learn whether anyone was hurt. Then we're also trying to learn more about this, a police chase in Fayetteville. What you're seeing is video from that scene on Rockwood Court, and that was after a police officer got a flat tire during the chase. Police say the chase ended at Bragg Boulevard and the Martin Luther King Jr. Freeway, but at last check, no one was injured.
A 19-year-old is in jail without bond, and police are searching for an 18-year-old. This is after investigators say they robbed a person at gunpoint trying to steal Pokemon cards. Carrie Dixon is facing several charges. Police are still looking for Cho White. Durham police say the pair robbed a person during what was supposed to be a Pokemon trading card sale at Elmira Park. We spoke with collectors and experts who say these types of crimes are becoming more common. Adam Reynolds is the owner of Triangle Area Trading Cards. He says collectors should never let their guard down when meeting with buyers or sellers.
Anybody's more than welcome to come in and trade and do their business in our shop as a safe place for the community. We welcome any of those deals. If you need a safe place, there's police stations. There's open, well-lit areas within restaurants.
Anyone with information about Cho White is asked to contact Durham Police or Crime Stoppers. And I'm Laura Levine here in the WRAL Live Center following the latest on the war in Iran right now, where Iranian state television is now reporting today that at least 2 members of an air defense team and an air defense unit were killed in the Israeli attacks that happened yesterday. Now, this report represents the first time that Iran has acknowledged fatalities from the attacks, which have really put the Mideast on edge and represented the biggest blow yet to the straining ceasefire in the Iran war. Now, Iranian state TV did identify the men without offering a rank for them. It was said that they would be buried in a city outside of Tehran, suggesting that they had been posted near the capital. Meanwhile, all of this comes just after, really hours after President Trump said on Air Force, as he was boarding Air Force One early this morning, that we were close to a deal. The U.S. is close to a deal with Iran. So, of course, we'll continue to cover the latest here in the Live Center. Laura, thanks for that update. New this morning, North Carolina's colleges of education are better preparing teachers for reading lessons. This is according to a new report from the National Council on Teacher Quality. This is a big turnaround, and it could help kids. Just 3 years ago, 2 different groups said most of the state's teacher colleges failed to line up with research on how children learn to read. That left teachers unprepared to instruct students on how to do it.
It's malpractice to send people into classrooms to teach children who do not know how to teach reading effectively. And that's why teacher preparation programs matter so much.
Heather Pesky says North Carolina is now doing better than most states. Nearly every teacher college is in line with the, quote, science of reading. It's just one of many ongoing efforts to overhaul how North Carolina kids learn to read. For more on these efforts, head to the education section of WRAL.com.
Today, the city of Raleigh is expected to get an update on drought conditions and water usage in our area. City officials are speaking with the Army Corps of Engineers this morning about this. Last week, you may recall, water levels at Falls Lake were down to 72% in terms of available drinking water at the time. The city says phase 2 water restrictions would begin if levels drop to 60%.
Also happening today, Raleigh City Council will meet to discuss economic development initiatives happening across the city. This comes just one day after the city approved a $1.7 billion budget. The new budget includes a 1.7-cent property tax increase. Today's work session will start at 4 o'clock. There will be a public comment session at City Hall at 7 p.m.
Well, Durham County Commissioners have approved their billion-dollar budget. It includes a 2.5-cent property tax increase and more than $239 million for Durham Public Schools. That's a more than $14.5 million increase from last year. It also includes a 2% cost of living raise for county employees.
Lower utility bills. Sounds nice, right? Well, that is on the way for Piedmont Natural Gas customers across our state. We'll tell you just how much those bills could drop.
And a heist in Vegas? Oh, that is what the Canes are hoping to pull off tonight in Game 4. WRAL's Pat Welter and Chris Lee will explain what needs to happen for the team to steal a win on the road.
And our rain chances go up a bit later in the week, especially Thursday and Friday. We have the potential possibly for some severe storms. I'll let you know who's most at risk coming up.
As you get into your car, tune to WRAL News Plus on your radio. In Raleigh on 99.3 FM. In Durham, 96.5 FM. And everywhere on 101.5 HD3.
6:13, taking a look across Raleigh right now. You can see some gray skies out there. The clouds are thin in a few spots with a little bit of that pink glow, but it's mostly cloudy this morning. Cooler than yesterday, though. 54 in Roanoke Rapids, 59 in Wilson and Rocky Mount, 60 in Goldsboro, 67 in Fayetteville and in Southern Pines. Nice little drop in humidity, making the walk with the dog this morning feel nice and comfortable. As a matter of fact, we don't hit the 80s until right around lunchtime. Upper 80s, and we'll stay mostly cloudy for it today. A small chance for showers in part of the viewing area later this afternoon. I'll show you where coming up. Ken?
Elizabeth, weather and traffic every 10 minutes. Let's start with a live look at I-87. Those southbound lanes coming in from Knightdale right now. You can see the southbound lanes coming toward us at a nice steady clip. So let's stretch out the view of I-87 going all the way back to Wendell Falls Parkway, where we're not picking up any delays whatsoever right this hour. We're going to look at some other routes heading into the Raleigh-Wake County area coming up.
Ken, thank you. It's not often that a utility company decides to lower your bills, but that's what's on the table at Piedmont Natural Gas. The company is decreasing rates for North Carolina customers. Residential customers will get bills that are about 4.35% lower than before. That's around $54 a year. The company also lowered rates in January, February, and April. That's around $100 per year combined. A Wake County library in need of a new location is one step closer to staying in Raleigh. County leaders propose moving Athens Drive Community Library to Tryon Road in Cary. Commissioners have told county staff to move forward with plans to relocate the library to a site across the street instead. The library currently sits in Athens Drive High School, and it needs to move while the school undergoes renovations. A final vote on a new location is set for June 15th.
Well, Game 4 of the Stanley Cup Final is just hours away, and the Hurricanes are looking to even the score before heading back to Raleigh. But there's one big question looming over tonight's game. Who is going to be in front of Carolina's net when the puck drops? WRAL's Pat Welter and Chris Lee are in Las Vegas searching for the answer.
Well, Pat, we made it to the Bellagio Fountains. So beautiful. Just as beautiful as Seth Jarvis's overtime game winner.
The Canes are going to steal one out here, Chris. They're going to pull the Vegas heist. They got to figure out who's starting in goal.
Brandon Bussey in the starter's crease before Monday's practice, but that doesn't mean anything for Tuesday's Game 4. Frederick Anderson was given the day off as a maintenance day. He started all 16 games of the postseason, while Bussey got his first action since April 14th when he came in for Freddie during the third period on Saturday. Brendan Moore showing his poker face in Vegas and keeping his cards close to the vest on who will start in Game 4.
Yeah, I think we'll keep it quiet. There's only suspenseful thing around here that I have to hold on to. So it seems to have taken a life of its own, so I kind of enjoy it. But yes, it was a maintenance day for him.
Yeah, it's obviously special, right? I think I will appreciate it more once the season's over. I'll be able to look back, but I'm enjoying feeling very even keel right now and just excited for what this team, the opportunity we have as a group.
No matter who's in net, it's not going to matter if the Canes don't play better in front of them. We've seen wild swings and comebacks on both sides of the series. This is what these guys have played their whole lives for, right? Taylor Hall knows just relaxing for a second out there could be the difference.
Yeah, there's just no breaks out there, and I think that's why these two teams are playing in the finals, and that's why the games are so close, is that, no one's really taking breaks. If anything, they're just kind of, mental errors and maybe trying to do too much, but they're not. It's not from guys coasting back or giving up freebies like that. It's tight games and there's not a lot of space out there.
Okay, so if you're fans of Ocean's 11, you may have got that reference there at the beginning and the end of that story. I love our sports team. Just a reminder, you can count on WRAL for live team coverage all the way from Vegas to here at home. Our sports team will bring us highlights and reaction from Sin City and fan reaction right here at home, Renee.
Love how Vegas is inspiring all kinds of creativity. Our sports social media on fire, so be sure to check them out on Insta, TikTok, and Facebook. But certainly the Canes also in Vegas got some downtime. They're regrouping and getting ready for Game 4 tonight.
Yes, and so we're excited about that, and we're looking ahead to when they come back on Thursday. Thursday, the weather it looks a little bit iffy, and we'll kind of walk through why that is coming up. This morning, there's been a couple of sprinkles just up around, say, Roxborough, Person County. It's not much. It's just worth a quick mention. We take a look across Wake County, definitely seeing a good bit of cloud cover. We're seeing that all across the viewing area, but our dew point feels so comfortable. It's down in the low 50s this morning with a temperature in the mid 60s. So it feels great out there. And here's why. This weather maker, this high pressure system rotating clockwise, is pulling in some nice, cool, dry air from the northeast. But it's not going to continue to hang around. It's going to take off to the east, and all of this warmth and heat and moisture is sitting right here, getting ready to pounce and move back across the mountains and heat things up again starting tomorrow. So this is a very brief break for us with a high temperature of 88 and our dew point feeling really good in the 50s and 60s. So definitely we have the better weather than Vegas for today, as they'll see a high of 100. However, it's a dry heat, as they say, and that dew point down into the 30s. We take a look at Futurecast for today, looking at a good bit of cloud cover. We may see a bit more sunshine in the eastern counties as that high is helping to push a little farther to the west, but eventually we start to see more of this moisture sneaking in. Later on this evening, some of our western counties could see a quick shower, maybe a little rumble of thunder, but certainly not rain, and most of us won't end up seeing it. Our chance of rain goes up a bit for Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. It's backing off a little bit for the weekend. If you had weekend plans, that may be good news. A little bit concerned about Thursday. Our northern counties have the risk of some severe storms, just a level 1 risk, so some isolated wind damage. Doesn't include the triangle if you're headed out to a watch party, though there could be some rain and some fairly intense heat as well. Next 7 days, looking at half an inch to maybe an inch of rain. We definitely need everything that we can get. But not only do we have a chance of storms on Thursday for Game 5, but also 99 degrees. There could be a heat advisory Thursday and Friday, as highs will be up near records. Ken?
All right, Elizabeth, happening now in the WRAL Traffic Center. I want to give you this live look at I-40 and Harrison Avenue. The lanes heading toward us. Those are the folks heading to Raleigh this morning. And actually, traffic's flowing at a nice steady clip in both directions. And that's what we're seeing in all of our major routes. You're coming in from the Garner-Johnston County area, Knightdale, Wake Forest. Those routes are all delay-free. You will get to your destination on time. You're getting ready to head into the car, though. Tune us in on the radio, 101.5 HD3.
Your time is 6:20 this Tuesday morning, and we're talking about June deals. There are Black Friday-like prices out there to kick off the summer. So, on your side, we'll share the best deals to be on the lookout for.
Meeting Scooby-Doo, a new live-action series is in the works for Netflix. A new look at everyone's favorite mystery-solving dog in what's trending.
And hey, if you ever see some breaking news, have a story tip, or you have video or pictures of weather where you are, please report it to us at WRAL.com/reported. Well, the media landscape, it is changing rapidly. North Carolina has 8 counties with no source of local news. WRAL documentary investigator Kristen Severance explores what this means for communities in a brand new documentary airing this week.
More than 1 in every 3 newspapers has vanished over the past 20 years.
Wall Street got involved in the ownership of news organizations, and that is what has created this problem.
The WRAL documentary unit set out to understand how the decline of newspapers and the rise of broadcast mega mergers has changed the media landscape and what it all means for communities.
We are all living through not just a generational change in media, but really a historic, once-in-a-century change.
And so that was just a peek at the documentary that we are airing this week. You can watch Left Uncovered inside North Carolina's news deserts tomorrow at 7:30 on WRAL TV or wherever you stream WRAL.
This What's Trending report is sponsored by Call Dad AC and Heating.
A look at the new Scooby-Doo, and an iconic landmark is ready for the FIFA World Cup.
All right, here to talk about it this morning, we have Ken Smith and What's Trending.
Such a big fan of Scooby-Doo growing up. So the new Scooby-Doo live action series will feature a real dog. Netflix is giving us a look at the Great Dane puppy that will portray the crime-solving dog in Scooby-Doo Origins. The show will give us a glimpse of the first meeting with Shaggy.
That face deserves all kinds of Scooby snacks. This new series will, of course, also feature humans as Fred, Daphne, and Velma. The series is filming in Atlanta right now. It will premiere next year.
I think it's going to be good. Looks like it's going to be a fun show.
I'm looking forward to it. Yeah, how about that? I think we said that at the same time. Seattle's most iconic landmark ready for its close-up ahead of the FIFA World Cup. It's quite the transformation. Take a look. As you can see, the Space Needle stayed open as crews worked 600 feet in the air to apply the soccer ball designed to the sloped roof.
Now, if you didn't know, Seattle is one of the 16 host cities in America. The first World Cup will actually match in Seattle, and that is on June 15th. That's going to be fun. And actually, I think I said that wrong. Seattle is one of the 16 host cities in North America. There we go. But I think right now you're just kind of focused on how high up they must have been.
Give those workers a raise. Imagine working that high up.
Thanks.
I like the ground.
No easy feat. The 2026 World Cup starts this week. The first matches of the group stage are on Thursday. It all kicks off with Mexico against South Africa at 3 p.m. The first game for the U.S. is on Friday, taking on Paraguay at 9 p.m. You can catch all the games on Fox 50. It is going to be an exciting next few weeks. World Cup games run through July 19th.
It's going to be a good time. Hey, time right now is 6:26. We're talking about two men back in custody. These are the men who escaped from the Vance County Detention Center. What we know about the days-long manhunt that ended in Asheville.
Trying to bounce back. The Canes are moving on to Game 4 after that double overtime loss in Game 3 of the Stanley Cup Final. The anticipation building in Raleigh while the Canes try to steal a win in Vegas.
And I'm watching the next weather maker. This high pressure system bringing us a very comfortable day, but just to the west is more heat, humidity, and storms. I'll let you know when we get back to that pattern.